welcome once again to another edition of The Real Truth of Marriage. From the beginning, we have seen how marriage been arranged by our fathers, the roles they are playing. Today, we will continue in these their roles, but today, we will be looking at a vital message that is in the role they play, and that is preparation. I'm talking about how our forefathers do prepare their males and females for marriage. Please, parents, I'm calling you to watch this program very well. Because a lot of us have forgotten our role as parents at home. We don't play our roles in how our children, how they plan their life, how they bring in the man or the woman to the home anymore. In fact, the worst of it is when the lady is getting of age, 30, 32, 35, the language is just go and bring somebody. Oh, at the end of the day, what happens? At the end of the day, what happens? They separate or they divorce. This program is looking for a way to reduce separation and divorce in our society. So I'm calling on you, parents, to please be a very good part of this program. Come in so that your roles will be well played. You are welcome. Welcome back to the Real Truth of Marriage. Like I said, we are looking at preparation today. I said from the episode 1 that we are looking at the marriage from the context of African marriage. We are not seeing it from the context of European and American marriage. So please don't forget this. And again, we'll be looking at the Bible side of it because of some Africans who also believe in the Bible. I would like to take the preparation from the Bible today. I want us to look at what happened in the book of Genesis. The book of Genesis made us to understand that God prepared a garden where he now planted the man and the woman to be living together. The first thing God did was planting of the garden. He made sure there is a very, very conducive environment for them to live in. And he prepared what they would be eating for them. So this made us to understand that God is a man that has a very good arrangement for his children. The two of them has only one parent. That is God. God is their father, is their mother. That is what the Bible gave us. They were living together there. The woman is an helpmate to the man. But they are working together in the garden. They are tending the farm together. Inside that garden, they do everything together. They don't separate themselves. They work together. Something happened afterwards. Something terrible happens to them. The two of them sin against their father. Their father is God, don't forget. He threw them out of the garden, and the two of them became what? Do you know the name? Scavenger. They became scavenger. They were both running up and down looking for what they had to eat. To be honest with us, some marriages today are scavengers. The man does not have anything. The woman does not have anything. And the two of them has to be running up and down so that they can feed themselves and their children. Why are they scavengers? Because their parents did not prepare for them what they are to eat, or they on their own get married to themselves without the knowledge or the permission, or if at all there is permission, there wasn't a proper role played by the parents. So a lot of marriages today are like scavenger marriage. The husband run up and down looking for what he and the family will eat. The wife is also doing the same thing. Alas, in some cases, worst cases, the woman depends on the man for what to eat. The woman depends on the man on what to eat. Please. Marriage is not what we think it is. Marriage is more than what we think. The man has nothing, or the man has something. But the woman sees herself as somebody that must depend on the man. Listen to me carefully at this junction. I am not saying, and I will never say it, that a man should not be responsible to his family. But I am saying this. Women, I want you to listen carefully to this thought. If I could not finish it, then to the fourth or the fifth episode of this program, which is the preparation of how our forefathers used to do it and how things are properly done. Because I believe that when some parents and some ladies and some men listen to this, they can either go back and start all over again. Let's start all over again. Marriage is an institution not only ordained by God, but planned and prepared by God. God gave us how marriage is supposed to be. If you and your husband or you and your wife follow the traditions of your parents from the beginning, you will not be thrown out of the Garden of Eden. They will give you your own garden. Preparation of marriage. The normal thing in Africa, the father, the mother, or the mothers goes to the farm every day. That is their own workplace. Some of us go to secretariats today, civil servants, and some of us are private business owners. So as you are listening to this message, please start to think of how you can bring it into today's settings. It is not necessarily that you will be a farmer like our forefathers, but think and go along with me. They go to the farm every day with their wives. Each woman has a particular farm they tend. The child, especially the male child, that is what I'm going to talk about now. Probably in the next editions, we'll talk about the female child as well. But now we're still looking at the issue of the male child. By the time it gets to 18, 20 years, there is a proverb in Yoruba land. Tọmọdé bá tó lọ́kọ, á lọ́kọ. Tọmọdé bá tó ládàá, á ládàá. If a child has grown to the point of having his own hoe and cutlass, we will give unto him. When your son has grown up, then the next thing they do is they now called, or let me phrase it like this: the father will tell the son, tell your friends, I just got a farm after my mango trees. I just got the land, and I want you and your friends to come and help me in clearing the land. The man also will inform some of his friends too. In African land, or let me say Yoruba, part of the world where I came from, we call it Aro or Owe, whichever one they use. I will explain the two. Aro is when I help you to do something, and when it is time you call me to do same way to you, and that is a kind of barter. I pat your back today, tomorrow you rub my back as well. Then Owe is I will specifically ask you to come and help me. I will prepare food for you to eat. That will be the duty of my mother or my wives, to prepare for you what you are going to eat. And after doing that for me, that is the end. When these parents gather their friends, and the boy also gathered his own friends together, they move into action. The first thing they do is they clear the land. After clearing the land, they will gather the weeds together, get a bond. And the next thing, they will call for another Aro or Owe. They will come and they will do the same thing to preparing the ridges with their hoes and cutlasses. Don't forget, tọmọdé bá tó lọ́kọ á lọ́kọ, tó bá tó ládàá á ládàá. The boy at this point is now being given his cutlass and his hoes. The boy at this point now has his own cutlass and hoes. He has everything now. When they finish clearing, then they go for the ridging. They do the ridges. It could be hundreds of or thousands of ridges, depending on how vast or how big the land is. It could be 1 acre, it could be 2 acres, it could be 5 acres. Just depend. And it could be less than 1 acre too. It could be less than that. Just the size of the land. So they prepare the ridges and they do the planting. After they finish planting, the father one evening will now call the child. My son, sit down. I need to talk to you. By his side, he has one hoe and one cutlass. He will pick this hoe and the cutlass and hand it over to the boy. First thing to do, I will now give him the proverb. If a child is old enough to have his own cutlass and his hose, we give unto him. My son, this is your hoe, this is your cutlass. The farm we just finished rigging, my son, that farm is yours. It is yours and yours forever. You know, when we are doing it, I prepared everything for you. I brought in my friends and you brought your friends in and your mothers, referring to his wives. They all prepared food for you people. You ate and you even drank palm wine. The boy said, yes, sir. I pray today you will do the same thing for your own son. And the boy will answer, amen, sir. Yoruba will say, Ashe. Go and call your mother for me. The boy will quickly go inside and will return back with his mother. The man will now face the mother. Mama Adeoye, you know that in the last 1 or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, we had been working on a particular farm. The woman will say, yes, sir. I know, sir. From today, that farm belongs to Adeoye. He is the owner of the farm. You have to help him while I help him too. So anytime you are free, check the farm for him. Go to the farm, whether it's there or not. Go and check how he's doing it. From today, Adeoye is not coming to your farm again, and he's not coming to my farm again. That is his own farm. From this present moment, this evening, as I am talking to the two of you, Adeoye cease coming to my farm and your farm. So, Mama Adeoye, please help Adeoye to monitor the farm. And I will do likewise. Because it's time for Adeoye to start thinking of getting married. And he has to have all that he will be in need of as a man. If I may ask you, how many yam festivals have we done since the time you gave back to Adeoye? And the woman will answer, that is where I am marking it. Adeoye should be about 20 years now. Because the last one I did is 19. Thank you. I really thank you, my wife. I have the same thing in my room. Adeoye is 20 years now, and he has to think of being on his own. So please, you have to gather more strength to work in your own farm. I will also gather more strength to work in my own farm. And anytime the work there is much for you, you can call me or any other wives. At least there is cooperation among all of you. You are all good women, and God will continue to bless all of you. After this night, Adeoye will start resuming at his own farm. So, a new Adeoye is given back to Adeoye the farmer. In his farm, yam is planted there, maize is there, cassava is there. So he has everything. One thing is still happening to Adeoye, which I want you to know. his parents are still feeding him and he's still living in their house. They did not throw him out. I learned that in Europe, that in some countries, when a child is about 18 years of age, they will do a very good celebration for him or her birthday. And after that, they will throw him to the government. They will throw him out to go and look for a job. That's why I told you that this program is not for the European or the American system. It's for our own system and our own value, which we have from inception. This is how our own forefathers take care of us. This is how we get and start life. They don't throw us out. For 1 year, whatever harvest Adeoye is making from his farm, I promise you, the parents will still continue to feed him. They still house him. But after the first harvest from his farm, something will happen. The proceeds from the farm, they will take it to the market. They will sell everything. They will remain the ones Adeoye alone can eat for the year, for the new year, and the ones they are going to use for new planting season. Then the rest, they will sell them. The little money they make from here, they will tell Adeoye to keep the money. His father and his mother will tell him again, Adeoye, sit down. We thank God that your farm produce this year is very, very good. We have a bountiful harvest. We've sold, if not all of them, but a good part of them. And the money we make is still in your hands. I want you to keep this money because you will need them one day. You will help me for something. In the next 3 days, you will call your friends for me again, and I will call my friends. We need to build 2 rooms here. I still have some part of my land here. We need to build 2 rooms here. So you bring them for me. Then, in the next 3 days, the friends will come. As they come, they gather together, they start digging the ground, and from there, they will build a house. 2 rooms. Don't forget, in Africa, there is something that they normally do. They cook outside, so they don't need kitchen. And they go to the stream to take their bath or do other toilet issues at the stream. So there is no need to add all this. They just build a normal 2 rooms. That is the beginning. The same way, the wives or the wife will prepare food for these people to eat. And after eating, the way they build house in those good old days, they do it at the dry season because it's always a mud house. And they cannot be laying the muds upon each other just like that. So when they build the first layer, they'll leave it for about 3 to 5 days, at times 1 week or more. Come back again. They do another layer, on and on like that, until they finish it. and they gather leaves to do the roof. So that is all. But it is the duty of the parents of Adeoye to continue to supply food, drinks. The drinks could be water and palm wine. That is their duty. They will also produce all these. And within a month or thereabout, the house will be ready. And again, they will now look for where to get sand, because the type of sand they use for the building is going to be different from the one they're now going to use for flooring. So they will gather sand, they will do the flooring, and that is how Adeoye will move to his own house. But before he moves into his house, there is an issue. Maybe that issue, we'll be discussing that in the next episode. Parents, your role is very important. Your role is very, very important. Marriages are getting destroyed. Your role is very, very important. Until next episode, my name is Akonji. Thank you.